A normal day in my life has yet to come to an end as the sun sets and I prepare the dinner table for my kids. It's already 7 in the evening, and my 3 children are still busy with their homework. I am so privileged to have been blessed with disciplined and responsible children. My eldest is 10, the second one is 8, and the youngest is 6. Their age gaps aren't that far. That's why the three of them are close. They listen to everything that I say to them. On top of that, they are respectful, courteous, and thoughtful. Their behaviors and personalities helped me a lot in raising them, especially since I'm the only one here to stand as their parent. My husband works overseas as an engineer, and I'm the only one left here at home to take care of the kids. However, they never gave me a hard time because my kids are obedient and kind. As I placed the last plate on the table, I happily looked at our table setting. How beautiful! But my smile fades as I diverted my gaze to the empty chair, my husband's spot. How I wish he was here with us at every dinner. But I understand him going overseas to work because he wants to give us a good and bright future. Everyone, dinner's ready. I called on my kids, and with excitement and every bit of energy, they shouted, "Yes, finally! Thank you, Mommy! My favorite food!" I giggled as they rushed to the dinner table and sat promptly and politely. I sat beside them and we gave thanks before we indulged ourselves in their favorite foods. My heart is truly happy as I see my kids enjoying the food that I made for them. These kinds of simple joys make my heart warm, and it fills the loneliness and void that my husband left me with. Oh, how I miss him. Mommy, are we going to call Daddy today? I smiled at my eldest. Yes, we will, but only if you finish your food and leave no crumbles. Yes, ma'am, my second eldest said jokingly, and with that he immediately ate his food fastly while the youngest followed him. There is no dull time with these kids, all of them are silly and funny. As soon as we finished our food, my daughter Leah helped me in washing the dishes while the boys cleaned the dining area. After we cleaned and took a bath, all of us are ready for bed, but it has always been a tradition for the four of us talk to their dad on the phone through a video call. So after a few rings, a smiling and gentle facade welcomed us. Hello everyone, I miss you all. This has become a routine for all of us. We would call my husband every night, and in this way we were able to show each other that we love and care for each other. As the children heard his voice, they huddled in front of the phone and talked to him. They told him about their day, their new toys, and other things that make the distance between them seem to look shorter. And as my turn has finally come, my husband and I talked about random kinds of stuffs, including his work. How are you today, honey? Work has been so tough, but a man's gotta do what he gotta do. I smiled at him. Perhaps in that way I can ease his burden. We miss you here, hun. I miss you guys too. Oh, by the way, Emily's birthday is fast approaching. I saw my husband's face lit up as I mentioned Emily's name, kicking away the gloominess I saw earlier. Yes, it is. I think, she's going to throw out a birthday bash. With excitement, I convinced him. Go. You must go, hun. You're one of her closest friends there. You should be there. Emily is my best friend, and she's the reason why my husband was able to land a job in the States, and we are forever grateful and in debt to her. It was my best friend who had encouraged my husband to pursue this opportunity. In the first place, we had all been inseparable since college, so her suggestion held weight. But as a wife and mother that visions a good future for her family, I accepted everything and allowed him to go. And we were fortunate enough to secure my husband a good job in a good company that was able to sustain our daily needs. Our conversation went on for an hour until my husband decided to hang up because he was going to work already. Take care for today, honey. I love you. We love you.
I love you all too.
As the days grew longer and the distance between my husband and me widened, our daily video calls became my lifeline. Being married to a man who worked in the States meant we had to rely on technology to bridge the physical gap, and the time zone is our biggest hindrance. There are times when we talk to each other and it's either nighttime or his end or mine. There are also days when we can't talk or call each other, and trust is the only foundation we hold on to. Also, me and my best friend have always been so close, and she sometimes recounts to me the day of my husband whenever he's busy because they are in the same company. One particular night, as my kids and I settled into our usual video call routine with my husband, everything appeared as it should be. Everyone was happy, laughing, and dropping jokes, especially the kids. They even sing along with each other like they always do. Oh, how I wish my husband was here spending time with him. My heart breaks that in every laugh that he held out, I could see the fatigue in his eyes, the same weariness that had been our constant companion during this time that we are apart. Are you all right, love? You look exhausted. I couldn't help but to butt in on his conversation with the kids. My husband sighed and I saw him signaling me to put the kids to bed because we are about to have a serious conversation. So I did. The kids bid goodbye to their dad and went to their rooms immediately.
Yeah, work has been demanding lately, but seeing your face always brightens my day.
He never fails to plant a smile on my face. Well, I'm here for you, no matter what. How was your day? I saw my husband glancing around nervously before he reverted his sight to the screen and answered me.
It was okay, just the usual stuff.
Is everything all right, love? You seem a bit off today.
No, no, it's nothing. Just work stress. That's all.
He kept on avoiding eye contact with me. Ryan, we promised to be honest with each other. If something's bothering you, you can tell me.
Oh, nothing, my love. Can we instead talk about your day? How are the kids?
I heaved a sigh and diverted the topic to the one he opened. I told him about the dilemmas in the house as well as the good things. Engrossed in our conversation, we shared updates about our lives, the mundane and the extraordinary. However, at the back of my mind, I know something is not right. Based on his actions, it seems like he's hiding something from me. And the time has come when we bid farewell to each other. It was time for him to go to work, and as the call neared its end, my husband made a careless mistake. He forgot to end the call, unknowingly leaving me with an unfiltered view of his true self. I waited for a few seconds, but he was just right there, leaning his back on the seat, completely clueless that he wasn't able to turn off the call. I didn't know what came to my mind, but I remained on the call as well, keeping my silence until he moved and called on someone.
Hey, babe, come.
Are you done already?
Yes, come. I'm finally done talking with that boring woman.
My eyes widened as I listened to my husband, and that voice, that female voice, it's so familiar. I think I heard it before. I know who owns that very well. Does it mean this is... Ah, thank God. I'm so sick of hearing her annoying voice, always talking to you as if she's a baby. She's an old-looking twat. And then the girl's face showed up on camera. It's... it's Emily. She approached my husband and kissed him torridly. She then sat on his lap, both of them not realizing that the call was still ongoing. I covered my mouth in disbelief and shock, while my heart was slowly breaking as I realized everything. I couldn't imagine the pain that I'm feeling right now. The screen flickered, and my heart skipped a beat. There before my eyes was my husband, calling on my best friend, his mistress. This alone is so hard to believe. This is the most grievous betrayal of all. I trusted my husband and my best friend. And all of this time, they orchestrate my husband's overseas work to pave the way for their adulterous motives? I watched in disbelief as they shared intimate whispers talking about me behind my back.
Yeah, I was just thinking about not going back to our country, cutting the connection with them, and just focusing on you because you're everything that matters to me.
But what do you think ugly, boring Susan would do? I know she won't let us do that.
Well, she should know her place, and by this time she must realize that she is replaceable. I just couldn't bear pretending I love her.
The venomous words pierced through my soul, a painful realization that I was being betrayed by the two people I trusted the most. My heart shattered further as they leaned in and kissed again, oblivious to the fact that I was still there, witnessing their deceit. Aside from kissing, they were touching each other passionately, and I kept on holding myself back from crying and blowing up in anger. Anguish mixed with anger surged through my veins, but at that moment I held my composure. I needed evidence, proof of their treachery. With that, I reached for my phone quietly and hit record. The camera captured every heartbreaking detail, preserving the truth that would soon unravel their web of lies. I was crying as I recorded their scandalous deed. I couldn't fathom the depth of their mistakes. I couldn't even imagine the hatred my husband and best friend had for me, that they're capable of hurting me like this. However, during my pain, a plan formed in my mind, a plan to expose their affair to the world. This time, I will have my revenge. The door of my room opened and I saw my eldest daughter squinting her eyes. I looked at the clock and it was already midnight. She must be looking for me because she can't sleep without me by her side. She averted her eyes to the laptop and I quickly closed it down. I don't want them to see the treacherous deed of their father. Now I have to plant the seeds of my revenge. Days turned into nights as I meticulously strategized my revenge. Everything seemed so normal for him, but little did he know that behind my smiles and giggles and talks is a heart that is willing to break his. I can't let him win just like that. It's so unfair. The next time we had a video call, I decided to let our kids join, even if he insisted that it was just the two of us. I know he is just looking for the perfect time to end things with me, but I want them to unknowingly become spectators to the drama that was about to unfold. I don't want to let them know that their dad is bad, but I want them to know that he can't be trusted. I also intentionally lengthened the time of our talks, and I could see the boredom on his face. He deserves that. I want him to suffer. He doesn't want me? Then I will keep on brushing my face into his life. The next day, I decided to let everyone in our family know about his wrongdoings, so I invited everyone to a group video call. My husband was so unaware of everything, and that is the plan. I want to catch him off guard and expose all of his lies. So I sent the link to the video call as I was waiting. I prepared the materials that I'm going to reveal to them. My husband entered and the screen lit up, revealing the faces of our loved ones, unsuspecting of the emotional storm that awaited them. As soon as my husband realized that we are not the only ones inside the call, his eyes widened in shock, and he looked past the camera and mouthed something to someone behind. I greeted everyone to break the silence. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our family meeting, I said enthusiastically. Some of our family members were confused and some excitedly clapped their hands.
Oh, hey, everyone. I didn't know we were going to have a family meeting.
They don't know as well, Ryan, I said coldly. But everyone is here to know the truth. What's going on, Susan? You seem quite serious. Well, see it for yourself. With a deep breath, I pressed play on the recorded video. Their voices filled the room, their betrayal echoing through the speakers. Shock and disbelief painted the faces of our family members, mirroring the devastation I had felt. The truth was finally exposed, raw and unfiltered. Gasps and shocked expressions ripped through the room as everyone turned their attention to the screen, their eyes fixed on my husband, who was visibly taken aback. He brushed his hair out of frustration. Shame and guilt were seen on his face. My love, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I kept a strong composure and addressed the information to everyone. Don't call me that, because if you truly love me and our children, you will never leave me. I can't believe you would do this, Ryan, to Susan and our entire family. You were supposed to be a loyal husband and a loving son-in-law. How could you betray us like this? My father was so angry that he almost punched his computer out of frustration, but then my mother comforted him. My parents, visibly devastated, held each other for support. Tears streamed down my face, a mix of pain, anger, and betrayal. As I look at everyone's disappointment, it hurts me like hell. I wanted you all to witness this because I couldn't bear the burden of the secret alone. I deserve better, and so does our family. My husband started to sob and his voice was trembling.
I know I've made a terrible mistake and I'm deeply sorry. I don't expect forgiveness, but I want you all to know how remorseful I am.
Sorry is not enough, Ryan. You've shattered the trust we had in you. We never thought you were capable of such betrayal. My parents, unable to speak, simply nodded in agreement with the family's sentiments. The room is filled with a heavy silence, the weight of disappointment hanging in the air. I will file for divorce, and I'm moving forward with my life. I won't let this define me. With the support of my family, I will heal and find happiness once again. The family members, though heartbroken, offered their unwavering support to me and my children, virtually every translating their warm embrace to me. We are here for you, Susan. We'll help you through this difficult time. You deserve all the love and happiness in the world. We'll stand by you no matter what. As I am being strengthened by my family's support, I wiped away my tears, realizing that I'm not alone in this journey. It still hurts me, even if I appear strong and I have the upper hand now, because the weight of my pain and the evidence in hand is living proof that my husband never loved me or respected me. But getting a divorce was the only way forward, the only path that could begin to heal the wounds inflicted upon my heart. Emotions ran high as tears mixed with anger, and our once unbreakable bond crumbled into dust. In the aftermath of that heart-wrenching revelation, my friends and family rallied around me and my children, offering support, love, and encouragement. I began the journey of picking up the pieces of my shattered life, discovering a strength within me that I had never known before. Trust was broken, but I was determined to rebuild, to find happiness on my terms. I told my children about everything, and I'm so blessed to have smart kids who understood everything very well. My husband went home and even talked to them in person, explaining everything. And I took the opportunity to take the legal proceedings into a speedy process. The court approved our divorce, and finally, I have no legal bonds to him. I also filed a case against him and my best friend, and both of them will suffer for their wrongdoings. As for my best friend, She faced the consequences of her action. The friendship we once cherished disintegrated, leaving only the bitter taste of betrayal in its wake. Our social circle, once so intertwined, now cast judgment upon her, their disapproval evident in their eyes. Through it all, I learned to trust myself again, to believe in my worth and resilience. The road to healing was long and arduous, but I refused to let their betrayal define me. I embrace the support of my loved ones, their unwavering presence reminding me that I was not alone. Together we embarked on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. I delved into new opportunities, rediscovering passions that had long been buried beneath the weight of my shattered marriage. While rebuilding, I found solace in the power of forgiveness, not for their sake, but for mine. Holding onto anger and resentment only served to weigh me down, so I made conscious choice to let go of the pain, to release myself from the chains that bound me to the past, and just to focus on my children and on building a safe space for them. As time passed, the wounds slowly healed, leaving behind scars that reminded me of my strength and resilience. The path ahead was no longer clouded by deceit, but illuminated by the possibilities of a brighter future. Today I stand tall, a testament to the strength that lies within us all. The screens may have betrayed me, but they also set me free, liberating me from a toxic relationship and paving the way for a future filled with genuine love and happiness. And this new mindset is my greatest revenge.